Hello, everybody. I'm the Xanisaur. Welcome to 2024. Boy, this has been a interesting 10 days, hasn't it? If you're like me and you're just scrolling through YouTube, you probably just see the plethora of negative stuff that sometimes flows through. Unless you're one of those people that's really good about controlling your feed. Shout out to you, kudos, good job. But in my experience, my first day of 2024 ended up going something like this. So the first thing that I ended up seeing during my first few days of 2024 were a bunch of climate activists gluing themselves to a dinosaur skeleton. And my first thought was, oh boy, you had to be that guy, didn't you? So yeah, that's pretty much how I started 2024. It's just dumb people doing dumb things. But on the plus side of things, I also started 2024 with seeing Godzilla Minus One. And I thought that was a phenomenal movie. Just the kind of movie I wanted for the beginning of the year to start everything out. It was just so good. It reminded me of the original Gojira movie, which came out back in 1954. And yeah, comparing the two Godzillas, you got one that looked goofy because it was designed goofy, but it was intimidating for the time. The world has not been introduced to Godzilla yet, and it's kind of like how people were introduced to King Kong. By today's standards, he looks goofy, but Godzilla and Kong pretty much had that same thing going on. They looked goofy for the time, or for today, but for the time they looked scary because nobody had ever seen them before. There was nothing really to compare them to. And now we have Godzilla Minus One. His design reminds me of the Heisei Godzilla, which is the 90s Godzilla. He looks a little bit more intimidating. He looks more angry. The only thing that really is different are his dorsal plates, which stand out pretty well. But all in all, Godzilla Minus One and Gojira have very similar circumstances as well as story to how Godzilla basically comes and tears things up, and how he's essentially just a radioactive dinosaur, which obviously for me, I love dinosaurs, and so obviously I would love Godzilla. The thing I think Minus One had over Gojira is that with Gojira, I remember more of the scenes of Godzilla terrorizing Tokyo and how he just knocks things over, how nothing could really stop him, and a tiny device invented by a scientist who was reluctant to use it was the thing that stopped him. Meanwhile, with Godzilla Minus One, try not to go into too many spoilers, but they actually had this immaculate plan that sounds like it would work on paper, but in practice, all it did was really weaken him, which was good, because then you had the main character coming in and redeeming himself, which was great. You love to see it. Honestly, if you haven't seen it yet, I recommend going and watching it if you have the time. But I think by this time, it might also be too late, unfortunately. But if you can find it and watch it, I highly recommend it because it is that good of a Godzilla film. So moving away from Godzilla, I do plan on doing a lot more in 2024. At least in terms of trying to get more content out, trying to do more shorts, and maybe expanding upon my other social medias. One project that I have in the works is I'm trying to finish up a Mandalorian costume, but I need to order the foam first. I need to start working on that. And if you guys want to see me working on that, I would definitely love to record it, especially here on my new camera, which actually has a lot better quality than my old dinky web camera. Oh well, looks like the tiny camera is lost to the oblivion right now, but it's okay. I don't really need it right now, if ever. But if you guys would like to see me put the Mandalorian armor together, I have the initial outfit already ready to go. I might change the belts, or maybe I might get a different one that goes over the top of the outfit rather than using the belt that I have now, which kind of looks a little tiny. It doesn't look very Star Wars-ish, at least in my opinion. Definitely want something that will stand out a little bit more. And it's probably going to be a while before I get any blasters. It's just another piece of the project for the future. But the big thing is I want to do the armor, and I want to make it look good. So again, if you want to see me put it together, I would definitely love to share that with you guys. Now, as far as other content is concerned, I'm definitely going to try my best to do some more projects with Best James, as well as my brother, as well as several others. Because honestly, multiplayer content is one of the things that I really wanted to do on this channel. I do plan on finishing Mass Effect 2 as well, which I hope to be doing next week. But I just got to get through some more of the footage. I got to post the next episode of the podcast. And I'm hoping to record another episode of the podcast, Midnight Shenanigans, on my channel. I really hope you guys will join us over there. We have a lot of fun conversations about some of our favorite things. No, it doesn't get... We try not to get political, but unfortunately, sometimes they sneak in through the cracks. Other times, I just cut it out and I just say, nope, nah, that's not what we're here to talk about. So hopefully, we get more episodes of Midnight Shenanigans coming in soon, because I really love doing the podcast. It's so much fun. This time, it's going to be my turn, and my subject is going to be a little more chaotic than the others, a little less structured. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. First, I gotta post James's episode. Really hope you guys will join us for that one. Anywho, if you enjoy my content, please let me know by leaving a like. Make sure that you subscribe so that way you don't miss any videos. And make sure to also hit that bell icon. It'll notify you when I post anything. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!